Just drop deluxe. Just all down. All I want to see is deluxe.
Get $100 ball here. Damn, Jam, what you on, baby? DThang.
Okay, let's see what you do. You go to Bang King.
You don't even turn. Oh, I said 3,500.
You a
I be trying to tell him.
I be trying to tell him without saying too much. I'm trying to know. Fuck no.
Bro, that.
Phone them won't let me borrow none of they hair.
Oh, you want some of this shit?
Yeah, folks, I look f***ed up.
No, you don't. Get on. Get
I
on.
really be turned. You hear me?
Magic school,
Don't give me no
dreads.
dreads. What? I be
You
turned.
and GK be.
What?
Gotta be too.
You go, my brother, man.
Twin,
What's up?
Happy birthday. And kid. I ain't gonna lie, this like a motherfucker dream team. I ain't gonna lie, this shit look like back in the day.
They say fame can buy anything except peace. Judges are now saying that Lil Durk, one of hip-hop's biggest names, built an empire not on beats or bars, but on blood. Durk Derek Banks, known worldwide as Lil Durk, is accused of orchestrating a series of murders, friends, rivals, even his own people, all tied to the dark legacy of Chicago's most feared street factions. But this isn't just another rap beef. Behind the fame, the gold chains, and the sold-out shows lies something far more sinister. A network of violence stretching from Chicago to Atlanta to Los Angeles. Tonight, we uncover the murders of Lil Durk.
Prosecutors in the Lil Durk murder for hire case say they will not seek the death penalty. The Chicago rap star is charged in connection with an attack that killed the cousin of a rival rapper. Now his lawyers say that prosecutors misled the grand jury by claiming Lil Durk bragged about the attack in a song. They also say the song was recorded 7 months before the killing. They add that Durk has no connection to the modified version that was later posted on YouTube.
It began on a humid February night in Atlanta, 2019. Outside the Varsity, one of the city's biggest restaurants, gunfire shattered the calm. A 23-year-old man named Alexander Witherspoon was hit, a single bullet to the thigh.
Details in a pre-dawn shooting outside Atlanta's iconic restaurant, the Varsity. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm's learning the shooting happened as patrons of a nearby nightclub were using that parking lot without permission.
The chaos started at about 5:45 in the morning. This man, who gave me his rapper name Gutta, tells me he had just parked his car at the Varsity and walked across Spring Street to the nightclub called One Cigar Lounge. He says he paid $120 just to get in the door.
So I went through the front door, then you just heard gunshots. So we fell forward and we just went to this most secluded spot in the club, the bathroom where we was hiding at.
When the gunfire stopped, he went outside and realized a man had been shot. Police tell us the 23-year-old man was in serious condition when paramedics rushed into the hospital. Officers marked as evidence several bullet shell casings in the Varsity's parking lot, and Gutta, the rapper, his car had bullet holes in it.
The front window, the tire, I ain't see the other side yet because, of course I can't walk over there.
Witnesses told police the shooter drove off.
What we have now is a dark-colored SUV.
The Varsity's owner didn't go on camera, but in a statement, he reiterated that the shooting happened while the restaurant was closed. He said no Varsity employees or customers were on site at the time.
This parking lot is supposed to be for Varsity patrons only. The sign says no loitering, no club parking, no parking after business hours. But we found video proof that people are ignoring this.
Social media videos from the night of the Super Bowl show the Varsity's parking lot was packed with spectators watching cars spin their tires both in the lot and on Spring Street. Patrons tell us the only place to park when you visit the club is at the Varsity. We're in touch with the city to find out if there are any code violations here.
Surveillance footage allegedly showed Lil Durk and his close friend King Von firing from a moving vehicle. Police said it was over a robbery gone wrong. Durk was charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and gang activity.
We start with breaking news tonight at 9 o'clock and rapper Lil Durk just surrendering at the Fulton County Jail.
Yeah, he is charged with attempted murder for a shooting outside of the Midtown Varsity. CBS 46's Trayson Bragg joins us live outside of the jail. Trayson.
That's right. This is where the Chicago rapper, was scheduled to turn himself in. And moments ago, he did just that. I want to show you a video of him walking into the jail. And as you mentioned, he's facing charges, 5 charges in fact, following a shooting at the Varsity earlier this year in February. Authorities tell us that shooting left a man shot in the leg. That victim did recover from that wound. Now, as I mentioned, Lil Durk facing 5 charges. Those charges include aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Today, his attorneys told us that both they and the rapper learned of these charges about a day or so ago. They also told us that he is currently on tour, at least he was until yesterday. They say they are hoping that he will be granted bond so that he can continue that tour. We'll have to follow that to see if he does in fact get granted bond.
Rapper Lil Durk will stay in jail. He's facing charges after a shooting at the Varsity in Midtown. It's one of the 3 things you need to know right now. The judge would not grant bond to the rapper, whose real name is Durk Banks. He's facing charges after a man was shot outside the Varsity in February. The man survived. Banks turned himself into police yesterday.
Well, then in 2019, you represented Lil Durk.
Yes.
In an attempted murder case in Atlanta.
Yes.
What was that overall case?
There's a really famous spot called the Varsity in downtown Atlanta. If anybody goes there, that's where you get your chili dogs and all that kind of stuff. And there's a nightclub across the street from the Varsity. And apparently all these people from Chicago were down. I don't know if it was a Super Bowl or something like that. It was right after, I want to say the Super Bowl, but you'll have to remind me correctly. But it was some event that happened in Atlanta. Maybe it was Final Four or something like that. And one of the people that had an issue with Durk and his colleagues was there. Somebody owed somebody some money. Maybe it was over girls. And unfortunately, everybody is armed to the teeth these days. And so the victim apparently shot first. They shot back. I said Durk didn't shoot. State came up with, well, we've got it all on video because, there's cameras everywhere in that part of town, or frankly, all over Atlanta. And they arrested him, of course. I ask for a bond. We go in there. The DA is just like, Judge, we'll have it indicted by the end of the week. Don't give him a bond. We've got video, this and that. And it was a judge that had recently been elected, used to be a public defender in the past, and he just said, hey, it can't be more than 10 seconds of relevant video. If you got it, show it to me. They wouldn't. So I think he sensed the BS in there because that video didn't happen. I'd already gone to the Varsity, talked to their head of security and looked at it. It was super grainy. You couldn't tell who was doing what. But because there's somebody... And Durk wasn't quite who he is now, right? He wasn't super famous back then. He still had that little blonde thing going, and he had a house in Atlanta. And so we got him out, and then the case just sat and sat and sat. And like 2 years later, you get this order saying, we think there's enough evidence, but we don't know if we can prove it. And so we declined to prosecute, sort of like the Gucci situation.
Well, right, because this situation involved King Von as well. Now, you did not represent King Von.
No, he was a co-defendant. I couldn't represent him. Yeah.
Got it. Because the police accused Durk and Vaughn of shooting the victim, robbing him of cash, jewelry, and a vehicle, and engaging in gang-related violence. They found probable cause back in May of 2019 for criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. So there was a lot there.
But 3 years later, in 2022, the case vanished. All charges dropped. The district attorney said it was prosecutorial discretion. But those close to the case whispered another theory. Someone powerful was protecting him.
Dropping today's speed feed, a $250,000 bond for rapper Lil Durk. Durk Banks is charged with attempted murder in Fulton County in connection to a shooting outside of the Varsity in February. The judge today ordered the Chicago rapper to wear an ankle monitor and follow curfew restrictions, but the judge stopped short of ordering house arrest due to the nature of the rapper's career. Another condition of release, Banks cannot have a gun, even a replica or a toy. Banks denies shooting the man who survived.
A year later, Chicago's Gold Coast, an area known for wealth, not war, became a battleground. August 4th, 2020, FBG Duck, A rising rapper and rival of Durk's OTF clique stood outside a luxury boutique on Oak Street. 2 cars pull up, 4 masked men step out, and in broad daylight, 38 shots ring out. Duck was pronounced dead on the sidewalk, his chain still glimmering in the blood-soaked concrete. Months later, 5 members of O Block, Durk's own circle, were indicted for the hit. Prosecutors said it wasn't random. It was a bounty, $100,000, placed on Duck's head. And at the center of it all, Lil Durk's name surfaced again. FBG Duck's mother would go on to file a lawsuit claiming Durk and King Von ordered her son's death. The streets whispered one thing: if you cross Durk, you disappear. But even those closest to him weren't safe. In June 2021, chaos erupted outside Club O in Harvey, Illinois. A shootout left 1 police officer wounded, and Lil Durk's brother, DThang, dead with a gunshot wound to the head. Police called it a random altercation. Others called it payback. And within weeks, whispers began circulating. The man suspected of killing DThang had just been found dead himself.
The brother of rapper Lil Durk was killed in a shooting in Harvey over the weekend. Dante Banks Jr. was also known by his rap name OTF DThang. According to TMZ, he was shot outside of a nightclub on Halstead just after midnight Sunday in the south suburb. There's no word on any suspect in the case. Lil Durk has not commented yet on his brother's death.
Just recently, Lil Durk's brother, DThang, got killed. And this is someone who I used to talk to some years back. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say we're close or nothing, but I remember that there was a point where me and him were talking like, you know, every couple of weeks. And here, he gets killed in Chicago as well. Were you and DThang close at all?
Yeah, it was my big brother. I went to high school with DThang.
Oh, man.
He was such a good dude,
man. He had just such a cool personality. You know, I mean, just a good, I felt like just a good person.
Was genuine.
Genuine.
He was a real genuine person.
Yeah.
He was silly as hell too.
Yeah, man. Not
silly. Folks had you laughing like a mother.
Yeah, man. Just a good person, man. When I heard that, I'm like, man, like,
yeah,
that shit killed me.
Killed me too.
January 2022, Chicago. A man named Stefan Mack walks out the Youth Peace Center of Roseland. 2 gunmen step from a car and open fire. Mack collapses instantly. A security guard nearby is hit but survives. Federal prosecutors said it was a murder for hire, money exchanged for revenge. The motive? Mack was rumored to have killed DThang, Durk's brother. By mid-2022, 2 men were indicted, but behind closed doors, agents began connecting dots, money transfers, phone calls, coded messages, and at the top of that web, one name kept surfacing: Durk Banks.
And famous Chicago rapper Lil Durk, already charged in a murder for hire scheme in Los Angeles, is now accused of playing a role in a second murder in Chicago. Court records just unsealed claim Devontae Durk Banks is behind the 2022 shooting of Stefan Mack outside a community center on the far south side. The rapper is not charged in that killing. He is currently awaiting trial for hiring people to murder a rival rapper in LA.
June 10th, 2022, 5:30 a.m., Southside Chicago. Rapper FBG Cash sits in his car beside a woman. A black sedan rolls up. A gunman steps out, opens fire. Cash is hit multiple times. The woman beside him critically wounded. It felt like deja vu. Another FBG artist, another targeted execution. 2 years earlier, FBG Duck had been killed the same way. But this time, something darker stirred beneath the surface.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton was shot multiple times. According to the Sun-Times, he raps under the name FBG Cash. A 29-year-old woman with him was also shot, taken to the hospital in serious condition. It is believed Hamilton fired back at the shooter. Police don't have anyone in custody, at least not yet. 2 years ago, another rapper close to Hamilton, known as FBG Duck, was also shot and killed.
Rumors spread that Cash knew too much about Duck's death, about the O-Block indictments, and about who really ordered the hit. And then, just like that, he was gone.
I shot a nigga and a girl. I ain't did nothing. Bitch ass help me to be. The lady just collapsed. Move these dumbass cars until the ambulance will get through. 2 people got shot. That girl got shot too. You don't see that girl laying right there? And he laying right there.
These niggas busting at 5 something in the morning, bro.
Yeah, a lot of shots. But you ain't hear that?
That's why I came out. I think I was in the bed. That's what woke me up.
That shit like 30 shots.
That shit sound like that motherfucker shooting right here.
They was shooting back though. Somebody was shooting back. The girl laying right there, man. You don't see her down there? But she just fell out though.
You hear gunshots?
Yeah.
We was down in the basement.
Shit, you should have heard all them shots. And the ambulance can get up in there.
This shit was ugly, boy. It had to been a man. That had to been a man.
They still trying to pump dude back. I think dude probably still breathing. It's a girl down here too.
I was just making sure what fire was. They want my mom. Because he just walked out the hut.
That's right. Wherever they was going right there.
They have your gun for them. You better have your gun for me. Better have your gun for Booney. Better have your gun for C. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree.
Know that we did it.
And I got my gun for Boone. They call him Chief. Man, we should have killed him soon, cause he a thief.
By late 2022, federal agents were watching closely. A new case broke. Durk allegedly financed a revenge hit, an attempted assassination of rapper Quando Rondo in Los Angeles. But the bullets missed their target. Instead, they killed his cousin, Savea Robinson. The FBI called it conspiracy to commit murder for hire. Durk was arrested in Florida while allegedly trying to flee the country. 5 OTF members were taken down with him, but federal documents hinted at something bigger, a pattern of violence spanning years.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, killing a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back.
Can I get some space, please?
It ended at Santa Monica Boulevard. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. The suspects still on the run. We still don't know what spurred it all, but LAPD says it started at a gas pump.
Victim vehicle They pulled up, they were pumping gas, and it looks like they probably finished pumping gas, and the suspects approached from the alley, got out of the car, and started shooting at those victims.
Investigators are still trying to piece together details, but they're looking for a white four-door sedan with suspects wearing dark clothing.
Police helicopters overhead, so we knew something was up.
People in the neighborhood shocked by the news.
Disappointed. There have been a lot of incidents in the past couple years. It does seem that things have been happening more often on Melrose, between Fairfax and Melrose and around here.
According to TMZ, Rondo was not injured.
By 2024, whispers within O Block began to turn into fear. Court documents revealed something shocking. Lil Durk had allegedly ordered hits on his own members. Prosecutors claimed he believed his people hadn't done enough to avenge King Von's death. And also, in April 2023, a chilling text was uncovered. "I'm finna pipe it up." Witnesses say that was the signal to start the purge. One of those witnesses, an informant known only as OTF Jam, wore a wire for years. The walls were closing in. Then came the final blow. Two O Block legends, Munna Duke and Youngin, ambushed in Edgewater. Gunmen fired more than 50 rounds. Both men died where they stood. Munna Duke wasn't just another member. He was the top boss of O Block, once King Von's right-hand man.
Just out of Edgewater. An overnight shooting has left 2 people dead. There's another individual hurt. Assault is at the scene. Assault resides. She's at Broadway near Rosemont Avenue, gathering all the details for us as everything unfolds. Assault.
Yeah, Suzanne, we just watched police pick up dozens of evidence markers before they cleaned the scene here, and the fire department just showed up. They are washing off the sidewalk as we see them often do after crime scenes are cleared up. We heard on police scanner radio that the shooting happened at this place called Pork Chop right here. Online it says they're a restaurant and jazz lounge. We're told the victims were standing right here on the sidewalk when someone drove by and started shooting. Take a look at this video we have of the scene. At least 40 evidence markers on the street here in the shooting's aftermath. Police say gunshots rang out just before 1:30 this morning. This is on Broadway between Devon and Rosemont Avenue. Right now, police say they don't know what led up to this shooting. When they arrived, they say they found 3 people shot, and none of the victims could give them any information. We're told a 28-year-old and a 31-year-old man were both shot and pronounced dead at nearby hospitals. A 36-year-old man was also shot and taken to Evanston Hospital, where he was in fair condition at last check.
You guys are getting a person shot in the 24th District, Broadway and Rosemont and Broadway. Caller says a male shot in the back. Offenders ran away. Caller says that the shooting was at the club Pork Chop.
And Suzanne, we heard on police scanner radio that the shooter was captured on City Pod cameras and was possibly driving a stolen car. Detectives still looking for that suspect this morning. They say so far they've made no arrests.
Police recovered over 50 shell casings. Federal agents saw it differently. They saw a message, a final sweep. 2 names crossed off a list that, according to prosecutors, belonged to Lil Durk himself. By October 2025, federal prosecutors unveiled a staggering case: multiple murder for hires, cross-state shootings, retaliations, betrayals, and a web of death woven through the rap industry. Durk now sits behind bars, awaiting trial for conspiracy and multiple counts of murder. But even as he maintains his innocence, questions linger. Was this all a mistake born from street loyalty? Or was Lil Durk truly running a criminal empire under the mask of music? Power has a price. In the streets, it's measured in loyalty. In the courts, it's measured in blood. Lil Durk rose from Chicago's trenches to the top of hip-hop, but every step higher seemed to leave another body behind. Now, the same fame that once protected him might be the evidence that destroys him. Because in the end, when your brand is built on violence, it's only a matter of time before the music stops. Alright, y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of the murders of Lil Durk. Hey, man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Hey, man, don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!